Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your boy Crooks the Great, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of a UFC 5 video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about some grappling tips to help you be a better offensive as well as a better defensive grappler in UFC 5. Now, I wanted to make this video because I get a lot of comments in my comment section asking me how I would go about being a better grappler in UFC 5, and even how do you be a better defensive grappler when you're getting stuck in some positions in UFC 5. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down a couple of the things that I have for you guys. And the first one being setting up your takedowns with combinations. Now, with the current state of the game, takedowns are a little bit difficult to get if you're not setting it up with strikes. I would say 98% of the time, when you're shooting takedowns just naked with no setup, you're not going to get them. They're going to be very, very easily defended. So you want to try to set up your takedowns with combinations and with your striking. Whether that be shooting off of a 3-punch combination, like that right there and getting the takedown. Or, doing it off of a missed combination from your opponent. These things are going to make it a lot easier for you to get takedowns in UFC 5. It's just the way that the game is right now, unfortunately. Just going and trying to set up takedowns can be very, very difficult. So learning to set your takedowns up and get your opponent used to striking with you and getting their mindset used to a striking match before you shoot for a takedown is going to be very beneficial to you if you're looking to be an offensive grappler. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the second tip that I have for you guys. And that is when you are in your opponent's full guard right here, which I'm going to get Khamzat Chimaev in here. You're going to want to punch off your back to gain GA. And I feel like this is not a utilized enough thing, or people don't understand what they're doing. They just tend to get down here and punch and punch and punch, not knowing that they're literally setting themselves up to have easier transitions when they're on the ground. So when you're in somebody's full guard or in half guard, you want to utilize punches to set up a GA transition. So for those of you guys that are newer to the game and that don't understand what GA is, it is the meter that is up at the top of the screen right here. You see the one that I punched that turns blue? That's the GA meter, and that's going to let you know who has the grapple advantage on the ground. So right here, you're going to see me punch a lot with Kamaru Usman. I'm punching. And the more I punch right here, the more GA I'm gaining. And you see it has the red and the blue corner just to show you who has the GA advantage. So you see here I'm punching, and the more that I punch, the more that meter is going to go up. And the same thing with Khamzat. Here, if I punch, I'm going to gain all of this GA. And this is going to make my transition into half guard that much more quicker and that much more harder to block. And if you're Kamaru Usman, it's going to make transitions into either your subs or your get-ups or your sweeps that much faster. So look here, we're going to go ahead and do it off our back right here. It's going to make our transition that much harder to block when we actually do try to go either for a sub or for a sweep or anything like that. So when you're on your back, that's what you should be doing. You should be punching, trying to gain that GA, whether you're the one person on top or on bottom. Now, the next part of the video I'm going to be jumping into, I'm going to be talking about the double leg bails right here. Now, I wanted to get into this because this is one of the most utilized ways and also one of the most spammed ways in online fights to get takedowns. So I want to show you how to use it offensively as well as defensively, so that way you can have a much more enjoyable experience in online ranked championships or even in online quick fight. So here, we're going to get Kamaru Usman in the double leg bail by shooting for a double leg takedown and then immediately hitting R2. So right here, we're going to shoot. I'm going to tap R2, and it's going to get us into the double leg bail position, which is AKA the over-under right here. Now, there's so many more things that you can do here, but I kind of just want to touch on that input again. It's going to be L2 and your rear uppercut, technically in UFC 4, that's what we called it. But it's going to be triangle and circle is going to get you into the double leg bail with the R2 denial right there into over under. Now, the next tip that I'm going to have for you here is going to be utilize your judo throws and your BJJ sweeps here. Now, in order to judo throw into side saddle here, you're going to use R1 and X, and that's going to give you this judo throw right into side saddle. That's going to be one that's going to be very, very good to utilize, especially with how side control is in the game. And then once you get in here again, in order to do a BJJ reversal into full mount, you're going to want to hit R1 and triangle, and it's going to look something like this. It's going to sweep into full mount right there, and that's how you do that. So we're going to do each of them again just so that way you guys get the controls down. So we're going to sing double leg bail right here. We're going to go R1 and X. It's going to do the judo throw. And then we're going to get him up again. And we're going to double leg bail him again. And then we're going to go R1 and triangle to do the BJJ sweep. Now, just a little tidbit for you guys. Not everybody has that BJJ sweep into full mount. So you want to come into the moves list and look at your fighters BJJ / judo takedowns. So obviously right here, Khamzat's going to have it because he has level 4. And Kamaru Usman's going to have it as well. He has a level 3. So I think the bare minimum for it is going to be a level 3. But just go into practice mode and really drill these. And make sure your favorite fighter has them before you take them on to online, any online fight. Now, for all of my defensive fighters, my tip that I'm going to have for you when you get stuck in a double leg bail is going to be real simple. You're going to want to go for a trip immediately when you get put in over under. Now, to go for a trip as the defender here, you're going to want to hit R1 and circle, and you're going to be your trip down into half guard. Now, why you're going to want to do this as a defensive grappler is going to be if your opponent does not stop the trip, because you have priority when you get put into over under as the defensive fighter. So when you get put in this position, you have priority when you go for the trip. So it's going to put your opponent into a little bit of a bind. Either they're going to A, stop the takedown, or B, they're going to allow you to take them down into half guard. So if they do the latter, B, and deny it, it's going to turn you into the aggressor in the over under. And what I mean by that is it's going to now allow you to back out of the submission or out of the clinch right here without having this animation play out. So that could be very, very important to you. So let's say right here I go for a trip and he denied it. Then my animation to back out is going to be quick like that. It's going to be quick like that with Khamzat. So you're going to want to utilize that if you're getting double leg bailed a lot and you don't want to be put on the ground. You're going to want to try to go for that trip immediately. And if you do get the trip, work yourself into side control so that way you can get a free transition up. Or you can try to go to full mount to advance the grappling position to potentially get your ground and pound in. But if you're trying to defensive grapple and you want to keep it on the feet, you shoot for it. You don't get it. And then you're able to just back out of the clinch. And it's going to give you an easy, clean and easy break as a defender. But that's it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to slap that subscribe button if you're new. And slap that like button so that way this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm and more people learn how to grapple. So that way people have a much more enjoyable experience on UFC 5. And once again, if you did get confused by anything in this video, please comment in the comment section. I'm going to be answering every single comment like I did in the submission video. Breaking down things that you might have been confused about and answering questions that you guys do have about the video. But until the next video, guys, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.